Hi gang, first of all, big thank you to all those people who contacted me saying how much they're looking forward to seeing this week's Mike on Monday because they need cheering up. If only it were that easy, eh gang? Yeah. Anyway, we might as well start as usual by having a look at what happened this week at West Ham. That way, let's go. I know you don't want to, but we're going to. Well gang, the big news this week was the Real West Ham Fans Action Group changing their name into the Real West Ham Fans Not Doing Anything Group and cancelling the planned March in March. They said in a statement, I'm going to read it here and quote it, this is a great opportunity for unity of purpose between the club and West Ham fans, and that we can all work together for the common goal of making West Ham as great as it can be. My favourite bit of that quote is the as great as it can be bit. So, crap them. And great as it can be, still crap them. I mean, look, I'm fully aware. Yeah, I'm not delusional in any way, shape or form. I've been supporting West Ham since, as far as I remember, about 1975, and you can probably work out why, but it's a long story I'm going to cover in another film. But here is, it's many years is what I'm saying, and in all that time we've been crap. I mean, in my adult life we've got to a cup final once under Pardew, and other than that we've been crap. We have been promoted and relegated and promoted and finished mid-table, and it's been rubbish. In our 19 seasons that we've existed in the Premiership, if you add up where we finished, divide by 19 to get our average league position, it is 12th. That's it. I mean, he's officially 11.68, let's call it 12. And that's about right. We are mid-table at best team who have the occasional good season, the occasional shocker. We are not world-beating side, yeah? But there is an element of taking the piss. So what I'm saying here is, I can handle the crap, but it's the piss I'm worried about. You know, you can take the shit from me, but you can't take my urine, you know? Because there is element of, right, we're going to move up to the next level, and as I say, our average over all those seasons is 12th. Last season we finished 11th, so I guess vaguely one place better after the stadium move. And I think that's the thing that's got people angry. I don't think people are delusional here. I don't think we've all got great ideas that we're going to be the greatest team since sliced bread. We just have been moved from our traditional home and not handed any significant movement forward. You know what I mean? I mean, you only have to look at this Saturday. I'm going to move on to that in a moment, but you know, we ended up playing two fullbacks and a 19-year-old central defender because that's all we had to play in our back three once Reed, who a terrible injury, didn't it? But once he'd gone off injured, I mean, I was sat there watching this going, if only we had an experienced central defender that we could place in there. Well, you know, somebody of the calibre of, say, Jose Font, who before his injury had been very good this season. But you know what? We didn't, because we've sold him, even though our transfer window's closed and the China one's open, to raise money for what? I don't know what that money's gone for. So we now have a really serious central defender issue at the position we had loads of a minute ago. Let's hope Bonner comes back. Anyway, we'll talk about that game later. But next, but the march has been cancelled by the West Ham, well, let's get this right, Real West Ham Fans Action Group, but the West Ham Independent Supporters Association, or WUSA, I think you say it for short, have decided that they're still going to do the march, just with a slightly different route. The Real West Fans, well, let's get this right, the Real West Ham Fans Action Group, can you call yourself something shorter, people, next time? The Real West Ham Fans Action Group aren't very happy about this, and,
The only people we hate more than the Romans are the fucking Judean People's Front.
And the Judean Popular People's Front.
Oh, yeah.
Splitters. And the People's Front of Judea.
Splitters.
What? The People's Front of Judea. Splitters.
We're the People's Front of Judea.
Oh. I thought we were the Popular Front.
People's Front. Whatever happened to the Popular Front? Eh? He's over there.
Yeah, does that remind you of anything? Yeah, it does me. The Real West Ham Fans Action Group have let numerous other groups who want to still do the march know that they are very unhappy about this. And at this point, I have to say, I was going to talk about it in great detail, but I've been told, that's how can I put this, strongly advised by good friends to stop there on this topic. All I'm going to say is this: it's a real shame. I think when the Real West Ham Fans Action Group started, they had genuinely good intentions at heart, and I thought that the thing they did, like gather the meeting on the boats, I was there, I wasn't in the meeting, but I was on the boats and the next boat getting drunk while they were having their meeting, because I was invited to it. But when they got all the various blogging sites and everything together to talk about what sort of action they could do, I mean, it was all very, very positive, and I thought it was a real sense of unity, and that has unravelled spectacularly over the last week. All I can say is, guys, the name of the team is West Ham United. Can we not have interfactional fighting, please? It's a load of crap. Please, people, United. Moving on, at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, a game of football actually took place. By 5 PM on Saturday afternoon, most West Ham fans really wished it hadn't taken place. What happened in that game? There's only way, you know where I'm going to go here. There's only one place to find out. Let's go, as ever, to the Tactics Centre. Mike at the Tactics Centre, and find out what on earth happened at Swansea. Mike, please, tell us. Thanks, Mike. On Saturday, West Ham United played away at the Liberty Stadium and lost by 4-1 to Swansea City. As you can see, Swansea City, they're ravenous carnivores bearing down on our sheep with the kind of ferocity that West Ham usually don't have. They were all over us from the start. If you're wondering where the actual West Ham team are, they're here, still in their box, because let's face it, they didn't bother turning up for this one. Unlike the fans that travelled through snow and awful weather to get there. So, at the end of the day, it's finished. Swansea City 4, West Ham United 1. Why bother? Back to Mike in the studio. Thanks, Mike. Happy Monday, everyone. That's joyful viewing, wasn't it? But there you go. After the game, there were horrible scenes as the West Ham shout at a pensioner team warmed up the upcoming National Abuse the Elderly League by confronting David Gold, aged 83.
Come on, Gold. Watch this shit. Come on.
Stand. I'm hurting as much as
Come on. Leave the bloke alone. Come on.
I'm 82 years of age.
David, leave the bloke alone. Fuck off.
Early for?
Leave the bloke alone. Why is he leaving early for?
I know, David.
Security have asked me to go.
Okay, we're all just frustrated, David.
Come on. Leave the bloke alone.
Come on, he's an old man,
Why'd you call off the mark?
8 to 7-year-old who's in tears to go and watch this shit.
It's pathetic. It's pathetic.
As long as you understand.
It's pathetic. I've been to...
People, he's 83. 83. How good does he look? I'd kill for that suit, Mr. Gold. If you're watching this, you look amazing for 83. Still, come on. There is no excuse for shouting at a pensioner. That is not the way to go about things. He's an old guy, and apart from the fact I actually don't think he's the real issue here, I think it might be the other one, Mr. Sullivan, and certainly Miss Brady, who some people seem happy to talk to now, but that is not. If you want to protest, do not shout at pensioners and vent your fury that way. Perhaps have a march or something. Oh no, we're not doing that. But, you know, no, we're going to shout at pensioners instead. The name of the team, people, is West Ham United, not West Ham Abuser Pensioner. Anyway, having conceded 8 goals in the last 2 games, and our goal difference is now shot to shreds. It wasn't really, it's in bits now. We're 14th, 3 points above the drop zone. We thought we would ask, God knows why, but we thought we'd ask West Ham man, the big question, are we going down? West Ham, innit? West Ham, West Ham, West Ham, innit? West Ham. Fucking West Ham, fucking West Ham, 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 fucking West Ham, West Ham, go West Ham, you always West Ham, everyone West Ham, you. West Ham, West Ham, West Ham, West Ham, West Ham, West Ham, West Ham. West Ham. Well, there you go, folks. West Ham man. Who knows is the answer to that. I think competition time. Now, I've been promising you a competition for ages, so let's get it on. You can win one of these t-shirts. Look at that, people. Isn't that glorious? Now, obviously, the idea is behind these t-shirts, I think, because I know the guy who's doing them, is that they will confiscate any banners you take in, but they can't take your clothes off your back. I bet they can, actually, but you know, hide it underneath your coat and whip it out if it's warm enough. Not rudely, the t-shirt, yeah. So the question to win this will be on Twitter tomorrow morning. So if you want to win one, and it'll be a genuine West Ham question, then make sure you're following me on Twitter. I will post the question tomorrow morning at about 10 o'clock. My Twitter handle is @WHUMike. Brilliant. Follow me, win a protest t-shirt. Huzzah! Next up, guys, I think we're just going to move on to your questions. And once again, thanks so much. You send in all these brilliant questions and comments. Leave comments. You can do that by posting comments below and asking questions there. You can direct message me on Twitter @WHUMike, as we said before. Or I've had some on Facebook. Some people start following me on Facebook under my actual name, which is Mike Manera, and MikeManera, Italian. I've done all this before. Yeah, so your questions. First of all, thanks to, before I start on real questions, thanks to Cy Beekster for his numerous messages, especially over the weekend. Yes, mate, I know I am a lefty and I abhor violence in every form, but as I say, I've been strongly advised not to say anymore, but really appreciate your concern and thanks for the comments. Hammerman USA, a football question, yay, about actual football. He asks, thanks for the question, Hammerman USA. I'm loving it. I'm guessing you're a West Ham fan in the States. And Di Canio or Brooking, who would you choose? Well, now, the good question and the obvious one is both, because if you've got both of those, you would find room for them in your team, wouldn't you? If you could have them both playing yourself, what a team that would be. I'd probably play Brooking in a kind of slightly withdrawn Lanzini-esque role, and Di Canio as a sort of more of off the striker role. If I had to choose though, and if you're saying to me, no, you're cheating, you're gonna have them both at Hammerman and USA, and I guess that's what you're really getting at, it would be Brooking. And I'll tell you why, because I'll choose Brooking over any other player probably in the world forever, and that includes Messi or Ronaldo or anyone. I think he is one of the best players to play for West Ham and anyone forever. So there you go. Hope that answers your question. Neil Parker asked our next question. Now, this has been covered before, right? So he asked, what do you do for a living? Now, I have talked about this before. So, because I look a bit different, I get that, and I come across being a little bit weird, but I'll just quickly go through the history. Left school, no qualifications, somehow ended up being working in the music industry, but after I started doing I started putting on bands that I liked, who were, you know, John Peel type bands, for those who are old enough to know what I'm talking about, in a local pub. That's then ballooned to so much bigger. I ended up working with all sorts of bands and promoting shows for them. Long bands, this is like years ago, late 80s, early 90s. But I crossed into a lot of bands a lot of people have long forgotten about, like, I don't know, the Inspiral Carpets or people like that. But some of those bands are still renowned now. Some of the bigger bands I work with are like Verve, Oasis, remember them? Blur. You know, that was a long time ago. Then I sort of stopped doing that for numerous reasons I'm not going to bore you with. I ended up being a stand-up comedian, yes people, for 15 years. Not a particularly funny one, did a bit of telly, but largely the kind of circuit type comedian who was going around the country doing comedy clubs. When my kids were born, because I didn't want to be out on the road, because it is that life on the road thing, I started a comedy club called Piccadilly Comedy Club in Western London. Some of you guys have been to it, because we had a Hammer Chat night out there that I was running for the last 6-7 years, which I now don't run. I no longer run Piccadilly Comedy Club. I went into partnership and then let the whole thing go because I kind of want to move away from that. And what am I doing at the moment? Resting. Unemployed? No, I'm not. I've got a number of little businesses which I'm running. Probably the most exciting ones I'm doing comedy for kids now. I do a thing called Kids Comedy Shows, and where we do stand-up comedy shows for children. Yay! So I take my kids to work. That's the only reason I'm doing that. But I've got a couple of other things I'm doing as well, which is sort of internet-based companies, but blah blah blah. So I hope that answers that. It's a bit vague, but. Finally, Ryan B. Here we go. I love Ryan B. Just because he's not Ryan A or Ryan C. Not that I've got anything against Ryan A or Ryan C, but they don't send me messages and all the time and ask good questions. So if there is a Ryan A or Ryan C, then get in touch. Love to hear from you. Ryan B. Am I still going on the march? And no, I'm not. There is no way I'm going near that now. And I kind of advise you not to as well, but it's up to you. Your thing, you decide. Yeah, have a look around, see what's going on before you decide to go. And I think the march was a great idea originally. I'm leaving it. Right. And finally, do I think Mario should play against Burnley on Saturday? Right, football question. Yay! Do I think Mario should play? Yes, I bloody well do. We were awfully defensive against Swansea. I think Evra should never be allowed near the squad again. He should never be allowed to put claret and blue on again. We should have Antonio, João Mario, Lanzini, Arnautovic all on the pitch, if as long as they're fit and ready to go. Hopefully old Bon will be back and be a major add. Love it if Ginger's as well, but I can't see it happening. And so that's what I think, or I think we should be doing. Whether that'll happen or not is yet to be seen. Moyes is, of course, famously defensive coach, and but surely he realised. I mean, what we should have done was attack Swansea, and we didn't. We just slept back and let them play round us and have fun. So there you go. I think Burnley got a very unusual way of defending. Have you noticed how many clearances off the line they do? I mean, loads. They almost drop their defence behind the goalkeeper at times. Very unusual deep defence. So it's going to be hard to counter-attack a defence that deep. And they have very big strikers, so that'll be a real issue if we've got two fullbacks and Declan Rice in the centre of our defence. So let's hope to God Ginge and Ogbonna are fit, or at least one of them, preferably both, as I say. So otherwise we're in real world trouble. They're going to be a hard nut to crack. I think a draw is the best we can hope for in this one. But we need the win. So that's it for this week, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it the thumbs up. I know a lot of you started with a bit of a start when people say, oh, we're looking forward to you cheering us up. It's not been that much cheer, has there? I mean, this is a West Ham blog. I'm a genuine and passionate West Ham supporter, and there isn't that much to laugh about at the moment. Hopefully next week we can get our laughing hats back on. I will be back next Monday with Mike on Monday. I'll be at the game against Burnley at the London Stadium on the boats before and after. Do come and say hi if you see me. Until then, good people, take good care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you next Monday for more Mike on Monday. Come on, you Irons. Please come on, you Irons.